Hey, welcome back to another episode of Fiction Fellowship. I just finished an advanced reader's copy of a book called The Thunder Between Us by Kaylee, Scherer. So this is a biblical historical fiction book, and we know in the Bible that there were a lot of women who were followers of Jesus and involved in his ministry, but a lot of them weren't mentioned in detail. And so this author kind of makes up a story about a woman named Talia, and she has a vineyard. Her family has one, and she is kind of like the manager of the vineyard. So she tends to everything, and somebody in Capernaum sends for her because they want her to bring her wine for their party. And so while she's there at the party, she meets this man named James. He is the son of Zebedee. And at first, when she meets him, she doesn't really care for him. She feels like he's like really arrogant and boisterous and all this. So she kind of gets like bad feelings about him. But then she goes back to her vineyard, and a few years later, she is out working, and this big group of men come, and she recognizes one of them as James. And so James starts talking to her because he remembers her, and so he asks if like all the guys can stay in her courtyard overnight as they're walking. And so she said yes. And so then while they're all talking, James tells her that they follow this teacher and that the teacher is the Messiah. And so Talia is like listening to Jesus preach and everything, and she feels like something stirring inside of her, but she doesn't feel like he is the Messiah, and so she doesn't believe James. And so she actually tells them all that they just need to leave. So she sends them on their way, and then somebody really close to her gets in a severe accident, and he is miraculously healed. And then Talia witnesses a miracle among thousands of people. But what is it going to take her to believe in Jesus, that he is the Messiah? So Talia learns a lot of lessons along the way, and one of the lessons she learns is that Jesus is the vine and we are the branches. And so this was a really nice story, just imagining what it would have been like for one of the women who followed Jesus and was involved in his ministry, because you hear so much about like the disciples and everything who followed him and their lives. So Talia isn't a real character in the Bible, but she's based off of like the women who did follow Jesus. So it was a really nice story. I liked it. If you ever watch The Chosen, she could be like a character on The Chosen, because not all the characters, are real on The Chosen. Some of them are just added, for the effects of the story and everything. But if you like historical fiction and you like Christian fiction, you are definitely going to like this. It comes out on June 21st. And right now, I think it's only on Amazon that you can purchase it, but be on the lookout for other stores that might carry it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.